Hello, my name is Casey Ruffer, and I am going to show you what I have learned so far using Mandalagaba.com's Mandala Maker. It's a free program, so I really do like using it. I've made a lot of pictures with it. So to start, we're going to change the background. I want to make sure it's white because right now it looks like a grayish color. Oop, that's bluish. It is kind of difficult to get it there. There we go. Now always remember, once you get your background set, to move this, like I'm doing white background, so I want to use a black line. Now, this is your color wheel. Now, with it all the way to the left, you have black. If you go to the right, you have the colors, different colors. And within those colors, you can pick a color. You can make it dark, darkest, and that's as light as it'll go. Okay, now let's go back to black because I want to use black for the examples. Now, this here is your brush thickness. Right now it's set at 1. There we go. Now, that's that. That's thickness of 1. Now here, I click on that, but I use my mouse pad to use the up, down, because it's a lot easier than trying to use the slider bar when I want to make it where I want it. As you can see, that's a little bit thicker. And no, I'm not using straight lines. We'll talk about that in a little bit. That's 26. As you can see, you can get quite thick on here. 64 is the highest. Oh boy, that's big. I don't know what mandala I would make with that. But okay, I normally have it on a 2. Okay, see, that's why I like using my mouse. My keyboard, I mean. So there's those. Now, for making circles or dots, you use the same premise, but you don't move your mouse. So we'll leave it there as 1, and it's very tiny right there. Let's move it to 3 so you can see it. It's a little bit bigger. You keep it in one place, you don't move it, and you'll see there's the dot. Let's go to 20. And I think you get the idea there. 64, just out of curiosity. There you go. Now I can see using that in a mandala. Alright, next button is your color picker. I don't normally use it. You can click on it and choose your colors that way, but I normally just leave it on draw and just go and pick the colors I want without that. Now, this is your draw tool, which I've already shown you right here. But the thing about the draw tool, and we can leave it that color. Whoops, take you back down to 2. This is where the undo button comes in handy. You just hit it, and it'll erase the last thing you did. So now we're on 2. Get back up to 2. Keyboard. Okay, now we're back on 2. Now you can just wavy lines. You can draw. Let's see. Okay, that's supposed to be a cat. I don't draw very well on the computer with the mouse. But anyway, you get the idea. Now this button here is your straight line. It says it looks like a ruler. It is a straight line, and I really like that. I learned how to use that a few days ago too. Now you click on where you want to start your point, and then you pull it down or move it around, and as you can see, it stays a straight line the whole time. Now you want to add to it. You pick up your mouse and re-click. Each time picking up your mouse, you have these nice sharp edges. Now you cannot make these curved lines and stuff with the ruler. You can try, but as you can see, it's just no way. So that doesn't work. All right, fill button. Okay, let's go back to draw. Oh, I can just use the kitty I made. Okay, let's find a color to put into the kitty. And you pick your color, then you click on the fill tab, and you go over and click inside where you want to put your fill color. Now, if you don't like that color, you can hit undo. Or if you don't like it, you can just pick another color and click inside of it. It'll change the color. Now this is your background color. Oh, I still had it on there. You click on that and it changes it. Now I wonder if I can get back to white. It's off. There we go. All right. Now, so far we've done this no radial symmetry button here, which allows us to make stuff without duplicating it. Now we're going to go to new session and erase all that stuff. Now it's going to pop up its own colors and its own numbers on the wheel. But I want to try and get it to white again for the demonstration. And that looks like it. Okay. It's on 11. We're not going to worry about that yet. We want it down. Okay. On the first example, we had this down to 0. And you have to click it each time because holding down the button, it doesn't do anything. So you take it down to 0, and then it's just a drawing pad. Now, this is where these come in, is you add one line. So you got this side and this side. 2, you got that, and that. That's 4 sections there. And that's where these other things come in. So let's go to a 6. That's pretty nice. Leave it up, put it back up black, excuse me. Now, if we don't want to do a mirror image, we use the only Radial translate so that it does like only half. You can keep going. Okay, there you go. Now, if we want to have it do that all the way around, we go to the mirror. As you can see, there it is. Mirror and translate radial symmetry. Okay, now I'll start up here. As you can see, it does it all the way around. So you don't have to go and connect. Now it is on 6, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. Now, what I have found that I like to do is raise that number, say 20. Okay, as you can see, there's lots of them. But I want to try and get it to where it's even with these centers that I originally drew. So since that was 6, we want to go in multiples of 6. So let's go to 24. There we go. And you can see there's a center there, and there's a center in that middle. And then we can draw. And that's on the mirror. Oh, that one didn't go all the way. And you can do the same thing, I think, down here. And just move your mouse around. Oops. Now I put a dot there, so I have to erase that. Oh, that turned out interesting. I like that. Okay. Now, if you want a different color, like I showed you earlier, you go in here. Let's pick the dark blue. And normally you start from the center, and this area is so small, but you can see what it's going to look like. This is still on 2 thickness, but it's on 24 sections. So let's see if I just pull out, and you can see how it works. It is so awesome. There is no zoom in, zoom out on here, no eraser, but I do like how this turns out. I love creating. Now, let's go. I want to save this. So let's go to the save button. Down here it says, OK for Mandalagaba to use this render when checked. No, because it's junk. If I had something really intricate and really beautiful, yeah, I would let them use it as advertisement for their program. So you go up here and click it to save. You can save it to wherever you want or tell it to open. Now I usually save it to my own folders. I have a folder specifically for Mandalagaba, and I have lots of stuff in here. Excuse me. Now my last one I did is 103 mandala, and I'm going to click on that only for the name, so I don't have to retype everything. And I'm going to say this is 4 because it's a new one. And then that's saved. I hope this little tutorial helped you and that you found something you can use in it. This is just very basic things that I've learned so far. Let's go ahead and try, just for the heck of it, some dots. No, let's go to 20. Now those are off center, and you can tell you want to try and get as close to this line as possible, because if you're outside of it, as you can see, it's oblong. It's not a circle. We'll use the undo because we don't want that there. So we try and get as close to as possible to the center, and there you have a circle. And that's how you put circles or dots into your mandalas on this program. And you can resize it to whatever size you want. If you want to just make a thick outline, you can do that too, as you can see here. Now I could resave this, and I will for the tutorial, since I added stuff to it. Uncheck that. Save. Now since it is basically the same image I just created, I'm going to name it 104B because it is 104. I just made adjustments to it. The other thing is you can't bring in something you started and try and add to it after you've already said new session. But if you leave it in there, like if I was to leave this in here and didn't want to keep going with it, then I just leave it there. Go do whatever you want, come back to the program, go into another, wherever you want to go, and then come back, it'll still be there. It'll be there until you say new session. So I hope this does help, and I'd love to see everybody's creations using this program. I really do like it. There are lots of tutorials on YouTube for making mandalas, because there's a lot of mandala maker programs out there. Some are free. This one is a free one. Some aren't. There may be some that have more abilities than this one, but I quit looking when I started doing this one, because so far I really enjoyed this one. So have fun creating and enjoy and relax. That's the most important part. And have fun. Everybody have fun. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.